So, hello, everybody. It is me, Demetra K, and I am sitting here with Walter of Lit One, or As the Money Talks. It is Wealth Wednesdays, where we talk about money and other things that are trending in the news. The purpose of the Demetra K Show is to promote Black love, knowledge, and understanding of all things that go on in the Black community to make us an even better people, with the emphasis on even, because we are a great people, but we can always strive to do better. Like to also say a big giant welcome and thank you to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. You are the other side of the conversation, where we do share a link. If you want to come on and render an opinion, we'd love to hear it. All that I ask is that if I don't know you, to show me your face before I bring you up, to make sure you are legit, because oftentimes I won't say oftentimes, but one time we have some real fools come on here, and it wasn't a pretty sight. So I'd appreciate that. Also, hey, honeydew, how you doing? When you come on here, if you have something to say, just kind of be brief, so everybody else can come up and things like that. So anyway, I should also say that Walter has been in the financial industry for about 30 years or so, advising everybody you can think of, right? And he does have a wealth of knowledge. And so if you have any financial questions, please feel free to ask him, as he will do his best. Hello, let's see, Ghost BX718, how you doing? And TI, how you doing? So anyway, Walter, what say you before we get started?
I'm interested to see who people consider ugly men. That would be an interesting topic. But what makes a man more attractive is money. So maybe we're on the right topic.
So yes, hello, brother Don. How are you? And brother Reggie, what's going on? Jan Michael, how are you? And Robin, long time no see. How you doing? So anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. So as you guys may or may not know, it's hot here in Houston, by the way. But last week was Minister Louis Farrakhan's 90th birthday. What a milestone, right? And so on his birthday, he delivered a message to the believers there at Mosque Mariam in Chicago, and anybody else who watched. I did watch. Hello, brother Samuel. How you doing? And Bahir, how are you? Easy. So I did watch it. He said a whole host of things that was, obviously very insightful, as the minister always is. But one of the things he said is to women. I'll let you guys listen to it, and then you guys can give me your opinion. And I'm a little bit soft spoken today because I'm going through laryngitis, as I do a lot of talking throughout the week. So forgive me if y'all can't hear me. But some of y'all probably like, yes, she's not as loud as she usually is. I love the minister too, Ghost BX. So here we go.
Some handsome man comes into your life, and we got some good-looking brothers, right? Yes, sir. You see, when they come in the mosque, they joining up. The sisters are looking. That boy there coming in, we gotta make sure he comes right in. And I'll meet him at the door. He's fine looking. But your eyes make a fool out of you. Because what look fine ain't necessarily the right mix for you. You walk right by an ugly man. You want to see rejection? Just be ugly and try to get along in a class of nice looking women. You will be the boy left at the door. But that might be the best one for you. Because you're looking at this. See, you notice how the devil have these plastic faces he put on, and you think it's this one, and then he goes and rips it off. And, oh! What the hell is that? Let me stop now. I'm beginning to entertain you.
So yes, for those of you guys who are wondering, it was sped up just a little bit to save time. As you guys know, the minister does love to take his time, which is fine with me. But for the sake of this show, I just sped it up a little bit. And Rari, thank you so much. You say, yes, Lord, Demetra Bay. You that fourth quarter pressure. Stop playing and let me punch you through your body. You know I'm crazy about you. Well, I thank you for your donation. I love and appreciate you for that. So thank you. Um, and let's see who else is on here before we get started. Warren, how you doing? He says repair Black history. Okay, I'd love to know more about that. And Brother Jonell, how you doing? Brother Reggie, and don't at me. I don't give a f. How you doing? And Jay the informant, what's up with you? Arnima, what's going on? He said, big money, Walter and family. And Honeydew says, how many wives our minister have? By the way, I do not know. He did not talk about any of that that day. So I would not be the one to tell you about that. But Walter, what do you think about the minister saying, basically to stop rejecting ugly men? And he was talking to the ladies.
I mean, I don't know what an ugly man is. So, I mean, I try not to judge men. But, I mean, everybody has everybody has a view of what they think an attractive man is. So I don't really know what an ugly man is. I've heard people say like Bigly, ugly as ever, or Biggie Smalls, and I've heard some people say that, but I don't really know what an ugly man. But I understand, I guess, where he's going. He's probably talking. There's some men that society says are more attractive, like what's his name, Shamar Moore, or what I'm saying, a Maxwell. I don't even think he liked women, so maybe that's the wrong example. But really, I think he's on point because at the end of the day, you just need somebody that will take care of you, or I mean, like your needs and be nice to you, help you, build financially. Because there's a lot of good dudes out there that aren't like the Shamar Moores of the world that y'all be walking right past. And a lot of these brothers are just down to earth. They're at home. They're not out there swagging and all that. They're just at home trying to take care of business. And some of you ladies should just think about what would it be like just to come home to a dude that's cool, that can take care of the household, lead, and you can just have a peaceful home. Without like, because I'd be watching once in a while. I watch a Tyler Perry movie, and I don't care how good you think you look. He always had the dudes come out with the braids and the shirt off, and they get quiet in the room. You know what I'm saying? I look over at my girl like, I wish you would. But I don't care how attractive you think you are. There's always going to be somebody that's more attractive. And it's unfortunate that we put so much energy on that, because the way that you were born, the way that you were looked, you really have no control over unless you have a good plastic surgeon. So maybe having your shit together financially will help with some of that. Because actually, really, I've seen some really pretty women turn themselves into cats. And the BBL, the back, so maybe money's not the answer either. But I just think you find you a guy that will take care of you. Yeah, looks, I guess, can be important, but looks do fade. You know what I'm saying? You see some of these dudes, one day he's going to be older. I'd be more concerned about his health regimen. Does he work out? How does he eat? Does he save money? Does he stack money? You know what I'm saying? Do he get along with his kids? Do he see his kids? Do he take care of his kids? Do he contribute? You know what I'm saying? And if a man that does all that, works hard and does all that stuff, everything ain't right, he can go, and get a cleft in his chin, or I don't know what you call an attractive man. I don't know, but I mean, he could go and do Elder Bars. I see that in the comments. Elder Bars, I give you, he was an attractive man, right? I guess. And I don't know if it's because he was like thin, or he was light skinned, or he had the Jerry curl pull back juice. I don't care how good you look, it don't keep you off the pipe. Anyways, I think, what makes a man attractive is when he can stand on his goals and his future achievements. His achievements or his future achievements. I was at a dinner when I was at Amex, and my boss, he was shorter. He's probably 5'3", something like that. And somebody made a joke about his height. And his wife came over and said, he's tall when he stands on his wallet. And that shut the shit down. So
I mean, look at Prince. He was what, 5'2", 5'3"?
5'3" in heels. Yeah, but he had so. I mean, Prince is a good-looking dude, but he was little. But his success, and I have a really good friend of mine who dated him for quite some time, and she is bad. And she said there were women, man, she couldn't even count all the women showing up. So yeah, I really think it's should be more based on your achievement, right? Because if we start judging people on appearance, which I know we do, like I was watching on Netflix something. No, is it Netflix or a YouTube video? It's called Queen. These Korean girls. I don't know why it popped up on my feed. It just, I don't know. I get all kinds of shit. And it was just these young girls dancing, filters. And I'm like, women ain't going to be like that. And men, the opposite, like, we ain't going to be like that either. I'm never going to look like George Clooney, or Idris. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to be me. You know what I'm saying? There's probably a few women on the planet that be like, oh, Idris, I wish he looked like Walter. All I need is two. Out of 3 billion women, give me 2. So, anyways, those are my thoughts.
Yeah, y'all know how I feel about El DeBarge there. But El DeBarge is actually a perfect example because a lot of women look at Elle and like, oh, Elle. Or maybe it's just me, I don't know. But then when you get to know Elle, it's like, yeah, Elle got like 50, 11 kids. Yeah, he's had a bout with the crack pipe every once in a while. Not too long ago, like a couple of months ago, he got pulled over at a gas station. I really think the police was messing with him, though. And he didn't have tags on his car and all that kind of stuff going on. So, looks can be very deceiving, right? You mentioned Biggie. Now, of course, we didn't get to know a lot about Biggie because he died when he was 27. So he's fairly young, but he did have some good looking ladies, right? He can rap and he had money. Can also go with somebody like Jay-Z. Now, I'm not saying a man is ugly. For you beehive people out there, please don't come at me. I'm saying, if he didn't have the money that he has, he would not have probably attracted somebody like Beyonce. I mean, let's just keep it a buck, right? Beyonce is a good looking woman. I think anybody on here, any man would say, yeah, I'd love to be with Beyonce. But Jay-Z, I mean, not only does he have money, he's a hustler, he's got skills, and he's got a little bit something going on for him. But I should say during that message that the minister gave on his birthday, he did talk about, getting after it, right? Stop being lazy, that type of stuff. He referred to some place called Niggerville, right? Where people are being lazy and not, basically realizing their full potential. So, he was talking about those things as well. But yeah, I think it's true. I think it's true for everybody that they are attracted to people who are, I guess, deemed attractive. And that's really in the eye of the beholder, I would imagine. Because there's some people who will say, oh, well, that person is, he's somebody, to somebody, Denzel Washington is ugly, which I think they should be stoned to death.
I mean, there's probably one or two. And it's funny you talk about Jay-Z. See, Beyonce is fine. I don't care if she was on the bus with 2 different shoes. She would be picked up. And having money does help. Trust me. And there's nothing wrong with it. So as a man, you could really lead with your success.
Yeah. Uh, and RDB says, if a person in herself is expressed, that person will look good no matter how she looks on the inside. Yeah, I totally, I agree with that. I could see that. Because there's a lot of people who can't, though. They can't see inside the person because they only have to see the person first. So if somebody is not attractive, whatever that might be to them, they will not give them the time of day. And then one day maybe they'll get to know them on a different level and say, oh, you really got it going on, whatever. So, and your average logical thinker says a little crack every now and again ain't hurt nobody, depending on who you ask. Robin says Idris is good looking, though. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Honeydew says confidence could take a man a long way. Absolutely. Not cocky, but confidence. And some women like men who are cocky. Ghost, you say, oh, she's mid. Talking about Beyonce, she I. Be careful out there. Be careful. Easy says, looks not important when you got that money. Yeah, to a lot of women, they're like, well, I know he's not much to look at, but he's got a lot of money. Oh gosh, be careful. Tread lightly out there. I don't think you know what you're doing. Common Man says there's no one's mother who is a supermodel. Think about that. My mom was a supermodel. To me, she was. Brother Samuel, you say, being physical, we normally look for that which is physically attractive. However, to make a good decision, we must rise above emotions into thinking of God and make decisions based on things that will be relevant to making a relationship last and complement each other. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That's absolutely right. Somebody might not see the beauty in the person you see the beauty in, but that's okay. They belong to you, right? Yeah, exactly. Everybody ugly to somebody. I say that all the time, but oh well, right? Black America, how you doing? It says beauty is not, oh Lord. Beauty is not in the eye of the beholder. Well, I'm interested in knowing what you deem beauty to be. I'm going to put the link up in just a minute. Common Man says, and there's no one's father being hunted down by GQ. Think about that. My daddy was. I'm just playing. To me, anyway. Hello, Michael. How are you doing? And Wild Williams, how you doing? It says, yo, brother, she's better qualified. Explain that. And Easy said, these some people may be ugly until a haircut or good cleanup. You are absolutely right. Some people clean up very well. Like if you see me when I'm waking up, you'll be like, is that the same? But when you polish yourself up and everything, you get ready for your day, you're like, oh, okay, I look a little bit better. Honeydew says, good. If you think I'm ugly, then no need to be jealous or bother me. It won't matter. Somebody's still going to mess with you regardless, right? And Rick Marcus Thomas, how you doing? They say the man with the right values has integrity, morals, and are handling the right businesses, understanding, respecting both men and women in all his endeavors. I like that. You're absolutely right. And I hope I'm saying this right. Wow, Williams. It says, what value do she bring? Are you talking about what value does a woman bring? Is that what you're asking? I'm going to put the link up so you can ask that. Maybe we can better come to an understanding. Brother Jonell says, everyone got a toilet. Settle down to a good choice. Yeah, that's the key, right? A good choice. I guess a big butt is fine as long as that's a good choice, right? But if it's not a good choice, you just got a woman with a big old booty. And you also say, is she worth the time? You ask a good question. Yes, beauty does fade. So anyway, let me go ahead and put the link in here so you guys can come up and ask questions or express your concerns or whatever that may be, Walter.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier about beauty fades is you have to be into that person and y'all got to have stuff together. I don't know if beauty fades, maybe just that type of beauty. I see some old couples and there's some sexy old ladies out there, in their 60s and 70s representing. Women, y'all have technology now. Y'all can stay good looking good to y'all 90s. Like, look at Jane Fonda's. She don't look 60.
Martha Stewart, did y'all see her on the cover of Sports Illustrated?
Yeah, 100 years old in a bathing suit. What the? Smoking that weed with Snoop. Got her on the cover. But no, you have to mature to the point where facial and that stuff fades. If that makes sense.
No, it does make sense. So there is an old adage that beauty fades, right? Gravity eventually is going to take over, unless, like you said, you got a great plastic surgeon or somebody that can, like you said, make you look like the cat lady and all that other stuff. But it doesn't necessarily have to fade, right? You can, as they say, grow old gracefully. Now, if you take care of yourself, you're drinking your water, you got a good diet, making sure you got your supplements and your good oils and all that on your skin, you got a good attitude, you exercise, then yeah, you can preserve your looks a lot longer. Now, if you out there burning the candles at both ends, smoking and drinking and staying up all night, eyes look like raccoons and all that other stuff, yeah, then your looks are probably gonna fade. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but you look at a lot of these younger people and it's like, well, what have you been through? you know, well, has life been that bad? You know what I mean? They'd be like, oh, I'm 35. Really? What, like in dog years? I'm just playing. I don't want anybody to get mad at me. But for real, if you just take care of yourself, I think for the most part, you can preserve your looks. You know, and genetics help as well. If you got come from family that has, you know, good skin and you typically look younger than they are, that helps as well. But there's things you got to do to preserve it. Walter?
Say that one more time. No,
Oh, you on the phone?
no, I'm listening. I'm doing two. I'm listening to somebody, but no, go ahead. I didn't hear the last part.
No, I was basically saying there's things that you could do to stave off the aging process.
Yeah, you could work out. One, you could put down the green bean, the chitlins, and the salt. I mean, and later on, I'm gonna get into more detail. I just want to warm up to it first before I give you my plan. Well, I'm gonna give you a little taste, and I'm gonna come back to it. One thing I've been seeing, like one of my boys was like showing me, he's on this dating site, and he was complaining to me. He goes, "I like black women, but why is it?" And I don't think he was completely right. I just think he had a little bit too much to drink. He go, "How come they got on these club clothes and as they get older, they look like they..." I'm trying to explain it. Like you're talking about spandex and bright colors. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I ain't gonna listen, honey. I'm not gonna help you walk into no BS. Okay, I'm just listening.
So no, I'm just making a point. As you get older, change your outfits to the current times. Men too. Some of y'all know Cadillac suits from the 70s. Zoot suits are dead.
Let me just say this, Mr. Williams. I've been seeing your little comments on there. You can click on the link anytime you want to. You say no spandex or bodysuits can save her when them clothes come off.
I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Hold on. Let's not act like when y'all get older, and I talk about this all the time. I ain't gonna never let y'all forget. Some of y'all, when y'all get old, y'all sit on your balls. Okay. So y'all stuff drag and sag too. You know what I mean? So we know that gravity is gonna take control, and most time a woman have a baby. Yeah, she not tight like she was before she had that baby. Now there's things you can do, like exercise and tone up and that kind of stuff. But y'all out there looking for perfection. Y'all out there falling in love with filters on Instagram and angles and people in their guts in and all that other stuff. And then when you meet her at the house, you like, who are you? So
yeah, I think that's fantasy. No one thinks that the Instagram girls are real. Matter of fact, every time I see a girl on Instagram, I'm like, she out swipe left.
Can I ask you this? Let me brother, biological brother, and brother. Then why is there so many men walking around here thinking that women need to be perfect? Like, she got to have a flat stomach, a big giant booty, boobs that are up under her chin. And it's like, I mean, but y'all, women don't expect that with y'all for the most part. They don't expect you to look like you did when you was walking around the football field and when you was in high school. And a lot of times men do. They do have false expectations of what a woman is supposed to look like, which is why I kind of think too, y'all go after the younger women because y'all like the youthful look. But then same thing happens when y'all knock her up.
I don't know too many guys that I hang out with that like that. I mean, those Instagram girls, first of all, this chick and that chick want to just go out and spend your money. And most mature dudes I think past that. If I see a girl like that, first of all, I wouldn't even cry. There's nothing she can really do for me. One, the shit don't belong to her. Two, if you leave with your titties out, and I see a lot of you ladies on your Instagram and Facebook, and you got your titties up front. Come on, man. Y'all be the most single. My friends, they have their titties out. They're the most single chicks on the planet. because the real dude don't want that.
Yeah, that I would say most men that I know, they're like, yeah, that's cool and everything, but Brother Sammy says I use FOI. Read on old ladies a wall, a poster that said, written over a hog, beauty is only skin deep, but ugly goes to the bone. Yeah, that's an old old school saying right there. Yeah, because ugly surpasses what you see, right? Ugly is an attitude, a spirit, and the things that you say, all of that. So it's deeper than how you look, because we know some of the prettiest people are horrible, just horrible individuals, and some of the people that we would deem to be not as good looking, the sweetest people you'll ever meet. So you're absolutely right. And yeah, Walter better be careful on here talking about what sisters is wearing and stuff. But no, and you guys, I put the link up in there. I'm gonna put it up in here again in case you guys want to come on here. It's there if you're on YouTube. And you'll see it or whatever.
I mean, I don't want to get into the danger zone. And women, you guys have to be able to be corrected, because women say a whole lot of shit about men. But I'm telling you, when I was sitting here on my boy's dating site, I was like, whoa. And it's not just black women, but that's who he was interested in. And I'm just like, first of all, you guys, this pose here, that's played. Like, you know what I think real men want? It's just a woman they can come home to and just chill. I see a lot of women who aren't the most beautiful and all that boom boom, and they got men. Because a man, once he gets mature and settled, wants to be with the normal chick. He ain't trying to walk into a room and her titties out and she got on glitter and gloss and yellow and gold necklaces and big old earrings. That shit work in the hood. It don't work when you leave the hood. So, women, that's something y'all can consider. Just a normal chick. You know what I'm saying? That a guy can say, that's my woman. Yeah, you can't see nothing. She ain't got all that stuff. But yo, she just, trust me, she's cool. And same with dudes, right? Men, you got to keep up. Get in the gym. Like my personal trainer came over yesterday, and me and her were just going back and forth about how it sucks trying to stay thin or trying to stay healthy, a healthy weight. She lost a bunch of weight. She looked, incredible. She's on her way to 50. She goes, I eat this, I work out every day, I walk every day. It sucks. But this is the price I pay to look this way and to stay healthy. So I think we as a people could really benefit from that. And I think if more of us were that way healthier, I don't think looks would be as um, important. Because if you have a man, regardless, you use Jay-Z, and I don't think Jay-Z is ugly, but you said it, so I'm a step into it. Or you didn't say it, but his name.
That's what the people say. I didn't say it necessarily.
I mean, what makes Jay-Z ugly? I mean, he's a good look. I mean,
I don't think anything is wrong. But see, this is the thing, though, especially in our community, we have been programmed to think people with big lips and eyes and nose, all that's ugly, because we've been trained to think that something that looks more on the European side is the standard of beauty. But I don't have any problem at all with how Jay-Z looks. I never thought Jay-Z was ugly, but again, that's being whitewashed.
I mean, I've heard that, but think about this. So take away Jay-Z's looks, good looks or whatever, not good, whatever you say. Beyonce, well, first of all, they're in the same room because of their performance. They're both rock stars, superstars. So wouldn't it just make more sense to just work on your stuff? I guarantee you, I could pull up to a woman in a Honda Accord, fresh for 88. And I could pull up in my Range Rover, get out black suit, pink handkerchief, haircut, nails done, and it'll be a different story. We may not connect, but it'll buy me time. That's for sure. Because I remember I tell the story seeing a big girl, and I'm going to call her a big girl because she was a big girl, right? Heels, red dress, hair done, walked past me, I could smell her perfume. I kind of turned around and was like, okay. Even though she was too big for me, you know what I'm saying? I like to be able to touch my hands when I hug my woman. But she got my attention because she was putting in the work. And every guy in the gas station was like, go ahead, girl, get down. So the point I'm making is if you work on yourself, regardless of how you look, there are people that will be attracted to you. And I'm telling you, y'all women out there, like I know we in the black community, we have this light skin elder bars. Remember we went through that? Shamar Moore, that brother. And then it went to like the dark brothers. Now we got Idris. And we got the dark Denzel. He's a dark brother. Don Cheeto, he midnight. Don Cheeto successful. He got big old lips too. But he'll step out of Ferrari at the Ritz-Carlton and women will be lined up to meet this brother. So it just seems like it makes sense just to work on your performance because you can't do anything about your appearance, your looks, as far as facial, unless you need to lose weight or, you can chisel, you can do some plastic surgery. But in my opinion, you have to keep doing that stuff. Like I see some of you girls with the big old implants so big they don't even move. You just take your shirt off and you bump something over. You knock the lamp over. They don't move, jiggle, just. That's going to look crazy as hell when you're 80. Now, listen, I'm all for breast implants. Like, if I was president, I would sign, like, instead of an EBT card, I would give everybody a breast implant waiver voucher. Ain't nothing wrong with augmentation. Just keep it normal. Now, the Brazilian butt lift, I wouldn't sign off on. I would veto that. Y'all women looking crazy with these. And you see these beautiful women, their booty so big that you can see it from the back. I'm not talking about a real, like, LL Cool J around the way girl. I'm talking about, like, this booty over here. It don't even look real. And the guys, we just all laugh. And that poor girl going to be 70 years old with a big old black widow booty. Or one day the booty going to be gone. It's like Kim Kardashian. She had a small butt. And then one day she had pow. And she was like, my booty is natural. It's like, girl, we have footage. Most of us seen the Ray J video. So, yeah, Seal is a good looking brother. He's dark as hell. If Seal was walking down the street in Chicago in a dark neighborhood, he would get arrested for trying to imitate the Invisible Man. But he's a good looking brother. And he got a scar on top of that, which probably makes him more attractive to women. So Seal's a good example of a good looking dude. And it's funny, I don't know why Seal came up. I guess because he's dark, right? I mean,
and that's another thing in our community. For whatever reason, if you dark, you must be ugly, right? That's kind of been, since the plantation, right? But we continue with that. Even to this day, you'll hear people say, oh, she's pretty for a dark girl, or, I don't know what men here that are dark skinned, but dark skinned women hear that. My daughter's dark skinned and she's heard that plenty of times. Now, luckily, she wasn't raised to think that something's wrong with her dark skin. She like it doesn't bother my daughter at all when people say those type of things. And I always tell her, she gets mad, like, you can't sit with us, because I say, us chocolate girls got to stick together. She like, you ain't chocolate. I'm like, I am. And I see when the sun come out, oh yes, y'all can believe I'm gonna be like 2 or 3 shades darker than I am now. And my siblings, all of them are Walter's color. I'm the only one that's a little bit lighter. I don't consider myself light skinned or nothing like that. But I've always wanted to be the color of my siblings. Always.
Yeah, that's a question for the ages.
We got the same parents. What you talking about?
I mean, sometimes the eggs split differently. I don't know. Shit. Well, you look like your mama, so I don't know.
And my daddy. I look like my mama and my daddy.
I don't know. I mean, my daughter is short, so who knows? Sometimes it happens. But I think there are a lot of, first of all, I've really never been into the color of a woman. Like, for instance, like, if like the women I've dated, the black women in my life I've dated some dark women. I mean, remember Legina? I mean, I go on and on and on. I've, like, dating a woman, a light-skinned woman versus a dark has never been an issue with me. Matter of fact, I'm trying to think of how many light-skinned women I've dated. Maybe Carmen was light, but like, what was the girl? Tanisha's cousin. Oh my God, what was her name? Oh, I can't remember her name. The little dark girl I dated. What was her name?
Hey, I remember Ebony and Walter Lee.
Oh shit! I don't know if she was that dark, but
Walter,
like,
wait a minute. I got to tell him. It's not that my singing is horrible, which it is. There was this girl, Walter, I don't know how old he, like second grade,
oh, you're
maybe.
not talking about Deborah. Please tell
No,
me.
Ebony. Ebony. We lived on Kellogg Street in Ventura.
Oh yeah, I remember. She was fine.
Yeah. And we used to sing that to them, Ebony and Walter Lee, because that's when Ebony and Ivory came out.
Ebony was
Walter be
fine.
like, stop singing that.
Shit, I'm the matter of fact. I need to look her up on social media. She's probably still fine.
Yeah. Walter had a little girlfriend. I remember in first grade, her name was Deborah. He was crazy about that doggone Deborah. Oh, he was crazy. I'm gonna find a picture of it because I sent it to him not too long ago. And I said, Walter, who is this? He said, that's Deborah. And I had to be 40 something years.
Oh yeah, I was 5 years old. I remember. Yeah, no, I remember. Deborah was cool. She had the little braids. I'm telling you, man, I like dark women. I ain't tripping. Y'all brothers who, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem. I mean, I date all colors of women. Don't matter. I just happen to, like, for instance, one of my favorite females on TV is super dark. I don't know if you ever watched Billions. What's her name? Jada Shetty, the black chick that plays like the consultant to Taylor. She's midnight. She is fine. So if y'all brothers don't want them, just pass them over here. Swipe right to my side. But yeah, I think it's stupid. We even focus. I mean, I watch School Days with Spike Lee. I get it. But like, I think we just waste so much time focusing on appearance when we should be focusing on, since it's Wednesday, the money show. And ladies and men, maybe more men, right? Because a lot of men are afraid to approach women that are super successful. I saw a poll that says like 20-30% of men won't even approach a woman if they think she is doing too well. And I know women have a real, when they get bosses, they turn into boss this, and I'm a boss. Y'all be lonely as hell. Or you're dating a dude that you're smacking around. Women, what if y'all got rich and just stayed nice? That would be cool. We like that. Because y'all expect us to get rich and stay nice. So, yeah, we are from Ventura. Is that San Fernando Valley? Is that, yeah, no. I don't know what, it was in the valley somewhere.
Yeah, we lived there. We moved there. So we lived in East Los for a while, East Los Angeles. And then we moved to Santa Barbara for a while. And then we moved to Ventura. And then we moved to Riverside. And that's kind of where we spent the most of our life is Riverside.
Yeah, we lived in South Central. I mean, shit, on Vermont Street. I mean, we moved so much that I can't keep track. But anyways, long story, if you work on yourself, like your wealth and your health, first of all, as your wealth builds, you feel better. I'm telling you, there is some big old dude that you see him too. They be out and they roll up and his woman is Instagram hoe. And you go, okay, that's just the money. So women are attracted to success and money. So I think working on that overtakes your looks. So what can you do to make yourself more presentable? You know what I'm saying? Brush your teeth on a regular in the morning before you go to sleep. Get your nails done. Somebody clowned on me for getting my nails done. But I said, you know what, man? The first thing when you sit down with a woman, you put your hands on the table, she would notice, because, women, they got the gold digger in them. She'll notice your watch and she will notice your fingernails. I had a girl tell me that. When I'm out with a man, I look at his fingernails to see how he takes care of himself. I was like, well, wait till you see the toenails. No. So there's things you could do, and those things are damn near free. Working out, putting down the ham hock. Like I go to these restaurants where I see my people, and we just eating the wildest stuff. Like if you eat a turkey leg and put ranch dressing on it, you're not gonna see your feet sooner or later. It's just it ain't gonna happen. Not only does it clog your arteries, spike your insulin, Lord have mercy, you lucky to be alive. And the funny part is, I had ranch dressing the other day just at a Buffalo Wild Wings, and I have not been the same. And that was like Sunday. So doing those things will help you, and then those things add up, and they make you beautiful. Like who's a famous actor that's what you would consider really successful that maybe the world would not consider attractive? You know, and when I say not attractive, maybe they're not like Brad Pitt attractive or, you know, Denzel attractive, but a regular actor, like a Chris Rock. He seemed like a normal type of guy.
His attitude make him ugly.
I mean, without getting into that, I mean, obviously Chris, he took that 40 million, so he had to. They were like, degrade the black women. Here's 40 million.
For
I
real.
mean, I don't know, but regardless, I mean, regardless if Chris Rock was a regular dude, would he have options the way he does? Like, yeah, we've been to the Turkey Leg Hut.
The Turkey Leg Hut is a novelty place to go. For me, the food is salty. Everything is salty.
Oh,
And I
they
haven't,
just
yeah, it's a nice atmosphere and stuff like that. I recommend it. You know, if you've never been to Houston or whatever, you're looking for an authentic experience. Yeah, Turkey Leg Hut is fine. I just have an intolerance to a lot of salt. I don't like my food salty. I like it flavorful. So I just found that the food was everything I had there was just like, you know, who you got back there? Morton's seasoning all the food.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a cool place to go hang out. Like, I like to go there and just hit. Like, we've only been there once, I think. It was a nice place to go listen to the music, the environment, see all the dude in his red cars and red this and red that. He got the whole block. He got his cars down the street. That's why we ain't getting reparations. No, actually, they earned their shit, so I got to give it to them. But you can't eat like that every single day. So no, I'm in California, but I can be in Houston. Who's asking?
Because you're talking about you've been to the Turkey Leg Hut. Yeah, Walter loves Houston. He comes to visit. This Negro don't ever be home. He come in at the crack of dawn with the roosters be like, welcome home.
Yeah, I be out there in the boats and hoes. No,
I be like, you good out there? Yeah, I'm good. I'm just over here. I'm over there. I'm doing this. I'm like, all right, I'm just checking.
No, I like Houston. The real estate there, still trying to get something. But you know what I like about Houston is people are just chill. That is what I like about Houston and down south. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit slow too, but people are chill. You know, and as a cool, brother down the earth, it seems the women out there really appreciate a real, like California. It's like plastic out here, a lot of it. But going to Houston, people seem to be a little bit down to earth, which I like. I like to be able to slow it down. I can go downtown Houston. I can hit West Amina or roll through the Post Oak, but I can also go to the hood, like the Fifth Ward, and pull up in the car and grab a 40 ounce and sit on the corner with some strangers and just shoot the shit. Just, I don't know, talk about the white man or so. I don't know what they talk about on the corner. The point I'm making is I like Houston because it's diverse, and Houston is nice. So yeah.
He said the Turkey Leg Hut is good for parking lot pimping.
Ain't nowhere to park. What parking lot? I mean,
the one across the street that you was like, I'm not giving $20 to park here.
Oh, 20 bucks. I was like, man, the restaurant is right there and ain't nobody. See, anyways, I'm gonna shut my mouth. That's the shit we do. What's Westheimer? Oh, you talking about the street in Houston? Oh,
where you
I don't
like
know.
hanging out at?
Oh yeah, I just rode down the street. I don't know. I'm saying it wrong. I just know the mall's there. They got the Post Oak. They got raw sushi. Got like all kinds of stuff there. Like Houston has its shit together, but then you can still go down to the lake. Like Houston is a nice spot.
I said I got to stop hanging out with Walter. He came here Uh, we ate everywhere. One day we went to the turkey leg hut because we was driving around looking for real estate. And a couple hours later, both of our phones was dead. Like neither one of us had the sense enough to bring a charger for whatever reason. So there was this place, what's it called? Burgers and daiquiris, I think it is, or
Oh
something.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. We stopped there. What'd you get? You got a I think you got a hamburger or something, or I forget, but we both ate again. I was like, oh my God.
Some Corona Lights. Yeah, no, Houston is they have food everywhere. That's what I like about it. It's just you could eat all day. You could people are nice. What up, kid? So I like it. And the people are nice for the most part, which is really the part of the city is called West Chase.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought wasn't that is it? Oh, it's like by River Oaks and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice area. So, but anyways, and here's the other thing I want to say about this subject, you guys, is be around people and environments that make you feel better. Like I like going to Westheimer or whatever you call on the street, like to that area because it makes me up my game. Like I met one of my friends at a restaurant there, and I pulled up, and I was in a rented car, and man, it was just Ferrari, Bentley. Not that you got to have all that, but it's just nice to be around nice stuff because that makes you, I saw this dude get out Mercedes convertible, just cold suited up, and he would just come in and have lunch. And he sat next to us. I was like, "Hey, man," he's this little tiny white dude. He's like, "Hey, how you doing, my brother?" I was like, "Okay, my brother," And I shouldn't judge him because he was white. He's probably being sincere, but he got out suited, and he goes, "I just came to sit at the bar and met my friend. I'm just here to have a drink." So I said, "You put on a suit just to have a drink?" He goes, "Yeah, when I leave the house, I got to represent."
And let me tell you something, okay? That is a lost art. That is a lost art amongst me. And hi, Miss Sweet Talks. You guys, please go follow her, please, please, please. And anybody else that has a YouTube channel you want us to follow, put it in the comment section, and I will bring that up. That is a lost art of men going out the house looking like a citizen. He's like, I don't need to be going to no ball to get dressed up. I'm going because I know for me, I feel better when I'm dressed up, when I have my hair done and, put on a little face and some nice clothes and some smell. Like I said to y'all, I put on perfume every day. Whether I'm going out the house or not, there's some days I don't even leave the house. But when I get out the shower, psh, psh, and I'm good because it's not really for anybody else. It's for me. So when you dress up, you feel good. Your attitude is good, right? Like you're unstoppable type of thing. But like he said, I'm going to the bar to have a drink. So let me put on my nice clothes. Not that I'm really even trying to impress y'all, but this is about me and the women too. Where are the women that really put on something other than jeans? Like my mom, she used to always tell me, men love a woman that put on a dress. Or, a woman that's dressed and she ain't got on no tight old jeans and t-shirts. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. But where are the women that wear heels? Like I rarely see women wear heels anymore. Now I'm not saying you got to always be wearing heels at the grocery store, but sometimes it's cool, especially if you're a single woman. You might see a man or a man might see you. And, he liked that. You were set apart from the other women that are in there in the job. Like, I get it. I have some jogging suits too. I don't typically like to wear them unless maybe I'm just going to the store or something. But if I'm going somewhere, I like to put on some clothes, because that's the other thing too. A lot of women, they think that wearing jogging suits is dressing up. And it's like, well, our mothers and our grandmothers would never, our mothers, and I'm thinking of our age because I'm 52. Am I 50? Yeah, I'm 52. I be forgetting sometimes. So our moms and grandmas, they dressed. Our fathers and our grandfathers, they dressed unless they was working or something. But even when they went to the grocery store, they were dressed. So to see a man still go out to the bar and he's suited up, that'll turn the head of most women like, damn, who is he? He must be important. Because all the other men sitting at the bar probably got on a t-shirt, some Jordans. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I just think when you become a grown man, Jordan should not be your shoe of choice. As I saw, who said that in the comment section? I want to put that up because my father wears Stacey Adams. He will not wear nothing else other than some Stacey Adams. Where are those men? Yeah, it was DJPD. He said that. Says I wear Stacey Adams. Where are those men at? I mean, honestly, like I would love for us to get back to that. Just look like a citizen, like a woman about the town. Even if you just go into the grocery store, like give somebody something to look at. Set yourself apart. Black America.
Oh shit.
How you
Let's get
doing?
ready to rumble. No.
How you doing today?
I'm fine. How are you guys? Hello, 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 everybody in the chat. Miss D, Mr. Walter, Big Bank, Hank. How's everything going?
Going well.
Um, I know you was speaking about beauty. Um, let's look at it like this. Can we, and people in the chat too, let's play along. Um, can we all agree that Holly Berry was a beautiful woman?
Absolutely.
What about Miss Lena Horne?
Oh yes.
She is beautiful. I mean, Holly bad. I mean, she's pretty, period.
Okay, well that
I mean,
probably can be. We'll
she
put
all
a
right.
sidebar. Yeah, we'll put a sidebar in that because I seen her in the last movie. I was like, ooh. So what about let's say the girl who played the daughter in Precious? Is
Oh,
that a beautiful woman?
Gabourey Sidibe. I don't think
Uh,
Gabourey is ugly. I think she's pretty.
really?
Yeah. What makes her ugly?
Um, the weight. The weight is a huge thing. Her face. She looks like a Jabba the Hutt. I mean,
Oh,
just to keep
oh, oh.
just to keep it real, I don't think you women,
that's close.
um, Walter, would you take her down?
No, but I would have said it differently. You know, it's funny.
You yeah, I think the problem is it's like Angela Bassett. My friend, she always argue how beautiful Angela Bassett was, and I say, yeah, maybe like 20 something years ago, you, women. It doesn't matter. Every 5 years, you go look back at a picture of you 5 years, and you're going to say, "Wow, I looked good then." You women don't get better, but if you take a look at Walter's yearbook when he was in high school and look at him now, people would say, "Wow, Walter really looks good now." It's a huge difference the way it flip flops for men and women.
You're right about that because I've seen some of the baddest women in my high school. You see them now, it's like the bubble dump. Like, how's that song? Two Buffalo Girls Going Around the Outside. I remember, and I'm gonna leave them nameless because you know who they are. D, you know who they are. These two white girls, they were cheerleaders. You probably know what I'm talking about. One was a little bit taller than the other one.
I know exactly who you're talking
You know what
about.
I'm talking about? And they were, I'm talking like they had everyone's attention. I saw them at my boy's wedding. I was like, oh, ready, set. And this wasn't too long after. This was like, so yeah, men do tend to age better. I think we have less standards than women. Women, y'all do some crazy. I have not seen Boats and Hoes. I think I'm gonna watch that tonight.
That's
Or actually,
Step
Step
Brothers.
Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta watch that. But women,
Boats and hoes. Boats
yeah,
and hoes.
I've never seen the movie, but people keep talking about Boats and Hoes. Somebody gave me a Boats and Hoes sticker the other day. I'm
Yeah,
like,
he gonna be busted up.
so women are harder on each other. Like women, the stuff y'all do to each other. Like I was out with my boy, and his wife is fine. She's almost 50. She is gorgeous. I'm like this. She is an attractive woman. And he goes, Walter, she's thinking about doing this to herself. I pulled her to the side. I said, girl, do not touch yourself. If your man is in love with the way you look and feels like you are a superstar, that's it. Just put that money on a piece of real estate. Y'all women, stop walking around with these fake booties. That shit look horrible.
You really hate the fake booties, don't you?
I just think it's a waste of money. And I see, like, first of all, I've never been with a girl with a fake booty, so I don't know what it feel like. But I kind of imagine it would be like rubbing two apples together. You know what I'm saying? Like
Two
ping pong.
two apples.
Because they hard.
Oh my God.
I just,
I've never touched one either, but I was standing in Walmart behind two of them, and I mean, you know where our mind go. But mine's is like how do you think keep that thing clean? Like it, I mean, because it does get to a point to where it just gets out of hand. Something and this and with what's going on in our culture today, these things, some of these things have got out of hand. The BBLs. I mean, some women need them. Some women are 95 pounds, so they might need a little hips and ass. But I mean, if you go do your squats and cut back on the jerk chicken or whatever these girls are eating out here to get, you know, 200 pounds, I think that would help tremendously.
ooh. I mean, okay, let's turn the cameras off and have this conversation amongst ourselves.
Jerk chicken, huh? That's what they eat. Some jerk chicken. Um, I try to be careful when it comes to talking about the beauty standards of women. Um, because I do think a lot of people do what they feel is best for them. A lot of people do what they think will make them feel better. A lot of times the augmentations is not really about looks as much as how one thinks it'll make them feel. Now, I'm not one that's crazy about the BBL movement either. Originally, when the BBLs were being done, Brazilian butt lift is what it is. It was done to, kind of augment, give, a woman a shapelier behind. But what they're doing now is like, that's something else, right? It's all, I'm telling y'all, it reminds me of the stars upon stars. Was it Dr. Seuss? Remember was it the Zoraxes, the Loraxes, or whatever it was?
Starbelly Sneeches.
Yeah, they wanted one because they had two. Now I got to have two. Oh, they got three. Now I'm gonna get three. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get four. It's like she's got a big butt. Okay, I'm gonna get one just a little bit bigger. And I always say, y'all see that episode of The Eye of the Beholder on Twilight Zone? Remember that? When the woman, she looked normal.
I didn't see it.
Big.
Yeah, I know you seen it back in America because you old enough to have seen it. But listen, let me tell you what it was. These people on the Twilight Zone. So she was, for an American white woman, the standard of beauty. She looked normal, and everybody else had on masks, right? In this hospital or the town she lived in, they had on masks. And she was lamenting, oh, I just want to be like you. Oh, I just want to look like you. And so the whole episode, they're trying to talk her out of it. Oh, you'll never look like us. And so she goes into the surgery, and they pull their mask down, and they look like pigs. Like they're literally like that. For real. That's how they look. But they were considered to be the pretty ones, and she was considered to be the ugly one. So she wanted to be like them. And I'll give y'all a perfect example. I had went into a clinic. I wanted to get a breast lift. I thought about it. So I'm sitting in there in the clinic with my daughter. And at the time, I had lost a bunch of weight. So y'all can imagine. So anyway, I'm sitting in there with my daughter, and these women just keep coming in, and their faces are stretched back, and I almost said the T word, but the boobs are way up here. And I'm like, well, whatever else could they be getting? What else are they getting? Then it clicked. I said, these women are addicted. They are addicted to chasing perfection. Now I went in there, went through the whole consultation. He was talking about $7,000 just to lift them up. I was like, I'm good, it's whatever at this point. But I was kind of freaked out by it because I'm like, okay, so you get this done, then you want to go and get something else. Oh, I got a wrinkle. Let me, stretch it back. And then so like, when is enough enough? And pretty soon, because a lot of those people, they're chasing something they were 20, 30 years ago. You know what I mean?
I don't think that's what it is. I think they're so it's like, okay, with me being 50, okay, and Walter can maybe kind of co-sign this. I could date you and I could date your daughter at the same time. Like that is, I mean, that is really like my age range. I could date all the way to your daughter's age up to you. So it behooves you to try and compete with a younger woman. So for the attention, because
Ooh.
because you're no longer getting the attention that you were when you were 25.
Oh,
You're
baby,
not
yes,
going to
I
get the
am.
same.
Yes, I am.
Well, you are in Houston, but I mean, it's just
Wherever
like
I
men,
go,
though.
baby, wherever I go, whether it's New Orleans, whether it's South Africa, wherever I go, I don't have a problem getting the attention of a man.
Okay, when you came here to Vegas, did you get that? Did you garner that same attention?
Absolutely, boo boo. Absolutely. See, y'all ain't see me when I go dressed up.
I seen you dressed up. You was doing your thing. But what I'm saying is, when women get older, they don't garner the same attention that younger women do. I mean, that's just like you were saying, the older men want the youthful look of younger women. I mean, that's 100% true. It doesn't have anything to do with and that's why it's good to get married or be with a person when you guys are maybe younger, so the man gets used to the gravity that you know takes a toll on your body. And we don't look at you like that no more. Like nobody look at their mama. It would be like, oh, my mama ugly. Because you've been seeing her for years. But if you run across the precious girl right now, at my age, I'm like, I can't do that. I mean, you just can't do it. Perfect example. Serena Williams. I told my wife, I said that would be the only woman you would ever have to worry about me stepping out on you is Serena Williams. But I seen her recently, and I'm like, something don't look right. That's because I'm not used to her.
I mean, she's getting older. I mean, Serena, that's like a Amazon woman. Ain't too many men ready for that.
Let me address this. And
Man,
brother
did you
Sammy,
see her in that cat suit, bro? I know you seen her in that cat suit back in the day, and all of them shorts. Serena was bad.
she still is. Let me address this one here. Brother Samuel said Ephesians 5:28 to 29 says, so ought men to love their wives as their own bodies. He hath loveth his wife, loveth himself. For no man ever yet hated his own flesh, but nourished it and cherisheth it, as the Lord the church. Is this similar to judge not, that ye also be judged? Where is the criteria you use to judge others is the same criteria that to be used judging yourself. What are your thoughts on these verses as related to the subject? Well, I mean, I agree with that, but these dudes up here ain't finna agree with that. They ain't gonna agree with that at all. They gonna
I, I
find
mean,
something else.
I, I mean, I agree with it, but that's why Walter just said, as a person, man or woman, you have to work on yourself. And as men, we look at women, we don't look at women just like you said Angela Bassett or the other girl was beautiful. You guys aren't looking with men eyes. You don't know what we're looking at. And that's a huge problem. Yes, it is something attractive about it. It is something attractive about every woman, whether it's her smile or her eyes, or she might have dimples, or she may have very beautiful smooth skin. But it is a combination of things that can make a woman unattractive too. Just that one thing is not going to get it. It's the 80-20 rule. you if you got 10% of something that's beautiful and the rest of you is off, that's just like no women want to date homeless men or bus drivers or whatever, guys that's not over 6 feet for the most part. If you don't have any money, you got to have some money. You got to have some Kevin Hart money if you want to be running in those circles. Women aren't chasing guys as big as Notorious Big and DJ Khaled if they ain't got no money. I don't care how much swag you got. Nobody's chasing Notorious Big type guys unless, she may be a chubby chaser.
Brother Don, how you doing today?
Shalom, shalom. I don't know why my photo, it only shows up on the StreamYard. I don't know why. It's weird. But at any rate, because I'm looking at
Is that
my
because
other
is that
monitor,
did you
it's wrong.
change?
No,
I
it's the
think you have
same
to
one.
change it on StreamYard.
But it's showing on the StreamYard that I'm looking at, the one that we're actually on. But on YouTube, it's not
Okay.
showing it. Yeah. But at any rate, my opinion is this. Having gone from a very shy and self-conscious individual, what I've come to discover is attractiveness. I know you guys are talking about beauty, but attractiveness is in the eye of the beholder. See, now you may not think that you're very attractive, but later in life you find out that there were people that they was looking at you and you were looking at them, but you didn't feel that you were attractive enough. Now later when you develop that sense of self and you find out that everyone else is wrong, then you blossom. So my point is that there's someone out there for everyone. And I think that things should be done properly, decently, and in order. And that is, a man finds a woman doesn't find a man. And like I said, sometimes I see couples and it's like they're together, and you don't know what the reason is, because I've seen some very physically attractive women that I would not touch with a 10-foot pole because they don't have an attractive spirit. They're ugly as hell. And, I'm good. I'm good. I would rather have a sweet, considerate, loving woman who's all about me, that is just what people might call, oh, well, she's pretty. I'd rather have that. And she can have a 34B with and wear size 6 pants or size 4.
What if she was 400 pounds, bro?
She wouldn't be wearing size 4 pants, bro.
You know what, D? Why don't you go ahead and check off and let us take it from here?
I don't think so. I want a channel when I get back.
You come back, your shit will be canceled.
No.
I mean, but you know what? Women, y'all do it to us.
I mean, that's just not my speed. That's not my speed. Some dudes like 400-pound women.
But why not?
You can have my some men don't like the women that I like.
I'm saying, brother, this is what I want every woman to hear. Why is that not your speed?
What's not our speed?
Wait. Now, if you really want to get into psychology things, so your socialization, that develops you. The things that happen in your life develop you. And so I'm gonna tell you like this: because of my upbringing, both of my brothers were married to white women. Okay, so it's all about your socialization and how you're brought up, things that you overcome in your life as you mature and grow, things that used to hinder you in the past. So that's why I could ask you the same question: why you don't like something or why you do like something. It's a personal preference. I think
we all agree that we don't. Just one of my favorite songs. I don't want to bump no more with no big fat.
Walter used to wear that damn song out. Walter wore that song out.
Man, broke my hip.
To take her. She too big for me. She'll knock me down once.
And the funny part is, the shit was on Soul Train. They had the big old, oh man, I hope she got paid a lot.
Now,
But
now remember that Fatty and Skinny went to bed. See? So Fatty found Skinny and Skinny found Fatty.
the number 10.
Y'all
I mean,
need to
Hey
stop
man,
it.
listen,
grab my heart.
for the record, I like big women. I have dated some girls that are curvy, and it is sometimes it is what it is. I just don't like giant women. But if a girl is curvy, or some heavy set women out there got that shit. I mean, hey, some of y'all fellas, y'all keep it real. Get your kids out the room. Sometimes it's nice to hug on the thick woman. You know what I'm saying? Emotionally, everything. Hey, maybe I'm saying too much. But
Well, see now Donovan would co-sign with you. You like him a little, a little chunky. So,
I mean,
but like to each his
chunky,
own.
curvy. I mean, like I've dated. Well, I've dated one woman that was thin. When I say thin, I mean she was like 5'2", 95 pounds. No, 5 feet, 95 pounds. So that's the skinniest woman I've ever dated, right? So I had
Yeah,
to
she
like
got a little more
literally
weight.
do some kung fu and get myself into that groove, which I did. But I mean, well, I'm not saying women need to be all skinny, because women, I know it's tough for a woman to keep your weight off. My personal trainer, she's attractive, but she struggles like a mug to keep her weight off. And I know women, y'all got other stuff to do, take care of the kids, be responsible, keep the house in order, compete with other women who at home lonely, sitting at home with Pinky, just ain't had a man. I know some women that are so fine. I can have 20 of them show up right now, and they're all single. It's crazy. They're nuts trying to compare to each other. You got all these good men walking around.
Let me say this, because y'all, I've heard the and Don, I don't know if you can maybe turn your volume up or whatever, but some people are saying it's hard to hear you. I keep hearing this. Oh, y'all women got to compete with other women. No, we don't. Cause all y'all gonna do if I'm not competing for no man. I'm sorry, because the minute I get caught slipping, then potentially you're gonna trade me in. So I mean, I want to be with somebody who ain't gonna be looking around every chance he get. No, I want you to be focused on me. Now, of course, I know I have a responsibility to keep myself, decent and looking good and all that other stuff, but I'm not going to be competing with some woman I don't know to keep you from looking. If you a dog, you a dog regardless of who you with. Now, I'm not saying you don't look, but all that other stuff that come after that's not on me. I'm not going to compete to keep you from looking. That's your job.
Well, that's a matter of trust too, because see, I can't be with a woman I can't trust, and you know, it, I'll take the woman that Walter was talking about over a 5'8", 160. I'm good. I'll deal with the 5 foot 95. I'll get her up to 105. We should be good. Get her up to a buck 05. But I mean, that's just me. That's what I like. But I ain't doing nothing no way because I'm single. I ain't married, so I ain't trying to have no child support on my back. I wait
Oh,
till I
damn.
put a ring on it.
Reverse vasectomy last time I checked was $1,200.
How about celibacy? That works. That's free.
Yeah, it's free, but
Oh, to answer the man's question. Let me answer that man's question. When you talk about that verse you were talking about in Ephesians and cherishing, that's towards your wife. That's your wife. Judging, that part that you was talking about, judging, that's a completely separate thing, and it's a judgment that you're talking about. I'll put it to you like this: who are you to judge another man's servant? And if you understand what I just said, then I don't have to explain it anymore. But if you don't, then we're talking about condemnation. So that should answer your question. Um,
Walter, here's a question for me. Hello, Miss Jackson. How you doing? It says, why do you think there are so many single fine women?
One, they're trying to compete with each other, so real men aren't realistic. Two, a lot of them are neurotic. When you think about this, a woman that has to wake up and then compete with the world based on her looks. So you already lost. Then they have to compete because women, you guys constantly are throwing shit at each other. So, like, for instance, like I've dated women and like they wake up and they're like, okay, what's the world think of me? I told one girl, I was like, girl, you are fine. I am tired of having, and you met her. It was short. I only dated her for a few months. Because she said once to me, oh, I'm fat. And I know you know who I'm talking about, the Spanish girl I dated with the two little kids. I said, let's do an exercise. So I took her, bought her the skin tight dress. I said, just walk. And I videotaped it. I said, look at all these dudes watching you walk down the mall. I said, if I wasn't here, matter of fact, I was with her and the dude stepped to her. I was just over in 2 hours over. Hey, how you doing? She said, my man, said, oh yeah, well, let's hurry up. I'm like, come over, nigga, please. You know I'm over there. The point I'm making is she was heavier, but she was curvy, but she couldn't walk into a room. I think most men, if they're honest, are attracted to a girl with curves. Think about this. When men get caught cheating, is it with the skinnier chick or the thicker chick? Think about it for a second. Right? Remember Hugh, the white dude from Europe, what's his Hugh Grant, whatever? The list goes on and on and on.
You know what? I will say, in all of the cases that I've been cheated on, they were bigger women.
Yeah. They want, so bigger women, hold your head up. You know what I'm saying? Like, put on some heels, spray some cologne on, let your hair down if you got it. If not, put some grease on it. And just be nice. You're like a bigger girl that says, hey, baby, how you doing? Just rub the arm a couple times and a soft voice that smell good. If I'm single and available, will have my attention. So just focus on being that. You don't got to be Superwoman. Like, everybody ain't going to be Beyonce. I know for a fact I've met Beyonce personally. And she is, the funny part is Beyonce is those down-to-earth celebrity. She is like chill, shy, at least she was. Like, that whole Sasha Fierce thing is real. When she's off stage, she would rather be sitting next to a dishwasher on the couch. But every woman ain't going to be like her. You know what I'm saying? So let's scratch women like that. And Beyonce works out all day and all night. If y'all had to live on her food regimen and work out like she did, you would be like, fuck it, I'm just going to be fat. So just love the person you are. Now, if you were 400 pounds, then that's two of you. So maybe you should let one of them go. Because, let's just be real and not be woke. If you're 400 pounds, unless you're 7'12", you got a problem. Because you ain't going to live. And what's the girl, Precious? I get it. She was cool. I don't know why Tyler did her like that. But if she lost 75 pounds, she would be more attractive. In the world, it's like, who's the girl? The white chick, Fat Amy, from what was the singing show? The Perfect, Pitch Perfect. She lost weight. She looks good.
The 5-star review, and how you doing, by the way? It raises a good question. What about the type of mother this woman is? All we're supposed to look at are the physical traits. No can do. So he's right. What about the other stuff? The other attributes?
Shit, my kids are grown. I'm not concerned about her mother qualities. My kids escape.
Well, how about an overall picture? Overall picture, I would be looking for a Proverbs 31 woman. Now, y'all can go find out what that means. But like I said, when I was out there, I was a player. Yeah, I was a player, but all of my women were the same type. So I suppose if I ever cheated, it would be with a woman that's the same type, which means it's not the body shape. It would be something else that's missing. Could be character. It could be her sentiments or, feelings. Those things could have gone awry. But At any rate, men cheat for the physical. They cheat for the physical. Women cheat because there's something missing. There's something they're not getting. So anyway,
Robin makes a good point. She says a girl who played Precious, Gabourey Sidibe is her name, lost more than 200 pounds. Plus, she is married, so it don't matter who thinks she's ugly. Yes, she's married. She got her man. So 5 star. You said,
She's
uh,
paying for her man.
oh stop. You say this explains why so many of us are divorced and stuck with paying child support. We're using the wrong standards. Exactly. Looking at her behind instead of what's in her mind. That's where you should be. Like I said, can you raise my children? What else can you do? Are you good with resources? I bring in some money. Are you gonna be able to manage it to where I'm not out there, as Farrakhan said, working, 2 or 3 jobs because you are bad with money? Like, what else can you do? Those are the things y'all should be worried about when you say, what can you bring to the table? Most of the time when I ask a man, well, what do you want her to bring to the table? It's always about looks. And can she cook? And what she can do for you in the bedroom. It's like, well, that's all you worried about? Because as I always say, you can get you a glorified blow-up doll. And hell, I know artificial intelligence, they got a fake woman somewhere. So, I mean, you'd be better off investing your money in that, I would think.
I think a lot of people are going to end up single in our age group, the age group that we are in right now. And it's really not going to be evident of what's going to be actually. Demetri, you're good, but 90% of the women in your age group, they are not doing as good as you. And Walter will tell you, if they are,
90?
I want to say at least 90%. If only and four black women get married, 25% of black women get married, there is going to be a, a horrible catastrophe of singleness and loneliness, which it already is. But what about the financial part of it? If we want to talk about it's Wealth Wednesdays, what about the financial downfall that they're not going to have because of that two-income household? And most women, just to keep it real, most women don't do jobs that have pensions, that have 401ks. These are not the type of jobs that most women do. That most women, I'm not talking about corporate women, I'm talking about most women.
I mean, yeah, I guess, I'm a proponent of people getting together and building a life, but I agree with you. I think there's a lot of people in our age bracket that will be single. Because unfortunately, there's a lot of people, men and women, out there still chasing. As they say, it's FOMO, fear of missing out. I'm not going to settle down to a good choice. I'm going to continue to chase, chase, chase. Then when you're geriatric and can't do anything for yourself, really, you're going to sit there and be lonely. Like, damn, I wish I had somebody to be here with me. So, because I think at the end of the day, once you get through chasing and looking for this fine woman and this rich man, I think you'll want companionship at the end of it all. You'll want somebody that you'll have something in common. Even if somebody just sit and watch your favorite TV programs that you've watched 50 times already. It's just knowing that somebody is there with you, I would think. And Common Man says, fat is a matter of opinion. Also remember that. Yeah, that's true. It's, I mean, I know somebody, go ahead.
Dimitri, you are completely 100% on point. Because when you ask the question, what do you want me to bring to the table? That was the exact kind of things I was thinking about. That was the exact type of thing I was thinking about. Now, most high willing, I'll be 59 in July. So, I'm at that age where it's like, yeah, of course, we're still physical, we're men, but those are the things that are more important to me. and the compatibility has to be there.
Now let
So
me ask you this, and by the way, you doing damn good for 58. I wouldn't think you were that old at all. But when you were younger, were looks more important to you than now? Like, okay, I'm getting a little bit older. I prefer to have somebody that that I can have as a companion, and do other more elevated things with.
when I was in my early 20s, it was nah, because I wasn't really looking for that settle down. I was still in school and working and so forth and so on. I was trying to prepare myself to be that man. Um, as I got older, yeah, those things became more important. And at that time, I was a real, I was a religious person, and so that was important to me too. Because if we were going to move forward, we had to be on the same page. Um, so those things, you start to weigh things. What am I willing to give up in order to get this? So if I start with a 10, do I end up with a 7 to get the other things that I want or that I would want in a helpmate? So that's my thought, today.
Well, I think you made some very good points, but I mean, I just think really at the end of the day, you like what you like, right? Be one always. I see you repeatedly saying that it's about the physical first. And I would say that's true for a lot of people. Of course, a person, the way they look, that's what attracts you, right? But after that, I mean, how many of us have talked to, even briefly, people who are fine, right? They look good. Then they started to talk. You're like, your looks can't even save you because you saying some ridiculous stuff. You can't hold the sentence. You don't know nothing about world affairs. All you can tell me about is what had happened on that Real Housewives and all the low hanging fruit stuff you watch and the gossip and all that stuff. So um, after you get to know a person and you like what you see, as they say in the nation, court them, test them to see if they align with your values. Or are you just smitten with how they look? Which is why when a lot of people jump into bed immediately, of course you're gonna be in love, right? Like, damn, you can't stop talking about the person. And then a couple of weeks later, maybe months, I don't know, you're not feeling them as much because now you're getting to know a little bit more about them. You're having more conversations with them. Now you're learning what their spending habits are, how they feel about this or that, or the political views, the religious views, or just in general, right? Sometimes you find out a person that, as I saw somebody say, can blow your back out, is a whole idiot. They don't know nothing. They just got good sex. That's it. So that's why they say don't jump into bed with people right away. Get in their mind first before you get in anything else. See what they're about. Because there's a lot of people who jump into bed with people and they end up jumping out the bed with something that make them itch when they ain't supposed to be itching, or they end up with a baby with somebody they have learned that they hate. Like I've heard so many people say, "Oh, I got the wrong baby mama. I got the wrong baby daddy," but yet you didn't figure that out before you let that baby daddy get up in you, did you, Walter?
Repeat it.
Oh, you can't hear nothing I'm saying. Um,
You going in and out. Repeat the last part.
am I going in and out? Is my mic bad?
No, it's just my internet's acting up.
Don, did you want to say something?
I just kind of threw off. Oh, yeah, just back on the whole looks thing. You know, I'll tell you what. I don't particularly care for Sasha Fierce. I like the Beyonce that I met the couple of times that we talked, and that was before the Pepsi deal, so 20 years ago or so. Um, you're right; she was very sweet. I don't know what time frame you knew met her, Walter, but yeah, very sweet girl. Very nice parents too. But the bottom line is there's someone for everyone out there. And you gotta, I think people should relax more, you know, just relax. If it's for you, it's going to come across your plate. And the thing is, you have to pay attention because sometimes what you're looking for is right under your nose. But like Demetra said, you didn't take enough time to examine what was there before you gave it away. I used to have a saying, yes, because men are visual. Yes, you cannot judge a book by its cover, but the cover has to be attractive enough for you to open the book to find out what's in it. And I'll end there.
That is true.
Can,
Go
can I
ahead.
say something?
Absolutely.
All right. So I'm listening to the other gentleman talk, and um, it makes me sad because being a Christian myself, you being a Muslim, we're all under the assumption. I heard him say twice that there's somebody for everybody. If that was true, then we would all, as people, have someone. And if you, once again, if you go back to the stats, this is the most single people have ever been in history.
Mhm.
So there is not someone for everyone. And when I go to a church, I go visit a church, it's a bunch of single women and they all jump up and some of them may stand to attention. It's because church, and I don't know if I want to say it's church or the way that Christianity is going now, is keeping people single. You, I just was reading in the chat, a man said something to the effect of, it has to be the right person that you're willing to lose half your stuff for, right? And for a man, me being a man, I'm going to give my life for that woman who I love. I don't I don't care about my stuff. You're gonna give your life for said woman. And people are more concerned about their shit and their things that they have than getting on and getting down the road with somebody and trying to make things work. My mom and dad was married until the day he passed away. And he says, you'll be lucky if you ever find somebody to bump heads with you this long because it's a fight. It's a journey. It's trials and tribulations. It's not nice. It's ugly. It's work, but it's worth it. And, and people are not looking at the worth of it now.
You know what?
Can I
Sure.
can I respond to something the brother said? I said if you notice, I said I used to be religious, okay, till I found out that okay, I'm just going to leave that alone. I'm not religious, but I found out what and who I am, and I look at life from that perspective now, okay, and so not necessarily from a religious perspective. And when I said there's someone for everyone out there, that is actually a truism. But let me tell you what the problem is, because this is a discussion you probably don't want to have with me. It's kind of long. But you look at things historically and you look at the statistics then, and yeah, there was pretty much someone for everyone out there. There's a little problem that we have. It's called our system. And our system is created, the system has been created and tweaked. So do you see the very situation that you see? See, at the end of the day, the grand scheme of things is population control. Okay? You'd have to go Stonehenge to see that one. But oh, that's right, they blew it up. This is all about population control, man. Why do you think they cause division? See, division is one of their best war tactics. Because then they conquer. What are they conquering for? To achieve the goal. What is the goal? Population control. And when we talk about population control, you ninjas are the first ones they want to get rid of. Why do you think there's so much problem in our community? I got a better question. Why do you think you've been treated the way you've been treated your whole life?
I don't.
It's the fear of the black.
I,
I can tell you what it
I
is. I'll answer the question. One, I mean, everyone knows that we'll call him black man, African man, is the father of civilization. It's not a question. I don't care how racist you are. Everyone knows that the African man or woman, back to Ethiopia, whatever you want to call it, we are the foundation of the world, period. Right? So obviously that's going to be more of a superior race. Not maybe not superior like in the Hitler terms, but like if you come from me, like my father is more superior than me because I came from him. You know what I'm saying? You're an apple, you come from the tree is bigger, just in my opinion. So you take that, and then you have like black men will just call it is what it is. We are more physically built, we are stronger. I watched an NBA game for the first time yesterday, the first time I watched an NBA game in 2 years. And I noticed it was a Celtics game, and I can't remember who they were playing. Celtics, and I don't even remember. That's how much I watch basketball. It's a good game. Every single player on the field or on the court was black, was African American. And that's due to physical endurance. Then when you take that and you get black men that are smart, like Jay-Z and Robert Smith and Barack Obama and the Clarence Thomas, and the list goes on, and I not forget your political views. I'm just saying these are smart men, regardless of how evil you think they are. These are brilliant men. So if you take all that and then you add the baby oil and what we could do, you know the baby oil was coming. There's no love without the oil. It's dangerous. And nobody wants, like, one of my boys sent me this video, this black man, this white woman. And I was like, oh, no, nobody wants to see their woman going through that. So the fear of the black man has to entail all that stuff. And you black women, you have that at your disposal. So you need to start acting right and stop tripping. No, I'm just playing.
Walter, you were close. You were so close
I ain't trying to get
because
cut, but I
it
held
it,
back.
it, 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 it has nothing to do with your melanation, because there's melanated people that all around the world that get to be white adjacent all day long. See, it's about understanding who's running the world, whose system it is, and who sets up the play. Then it's about understanding who you are. See, now, if you want to know the reason why, you'd have to read Psalms 83. And then if you want to double check the reality of who's who, read Deuteronomy 28. You'll find out who you are. You said there was a superior people. You're absolutely right. And they are the most hated people in the world. And that's what happened to them all around the world. They're scattered all around the world, but they are the most hated people. So you're absolutely right. And part of this destruction is what we're watching here in America. Don't think it's not happening in other countries as well. It is a plan to destroy us. All the
can I?
descendants of the formerly enslaved around the world, and the formerly colonized. And that got to be careful with that one, because there's some that look like, they say all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Yeah. So got to be careful about that. But yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right, Walter. There's a very special people. And that's why they can do what they do. That's why they could build a nation that when other people try to do it on their own, they failed every time until 1619, when they have to get some what you might call Angolans. But see, read Henry Kissinger's paper to Richard Nixon when he talks about a particular people, which I believe most of us, if you do your whatever what do they say, identity thing, uh, if you do that, you find out that your heritage, most of us come out of that heritage. And what Henry Kissinger said to Richard Nixon about those people, he said something very similar to what you said, Walter. I'll land there.
Black America, what was you gonna say? Very good, Don. Thank you for the enlightenment.
Oh, okay. I had a lot of conversations in prison, I might add, with brothers like this. So I'm gonna I'm gonna say a couple of things that he may or may not agree with. When you say that that it's population control, okay? Do us as men, especially black men, do we have any control over who makes it to the plane of this earth? Just a yes or no question, sir.
Can't answer the question because I don't understand it.
Oh,
I know where
if
you're
a
going with
if a if a woman gets pregnant, can us as a black man say yes, you can have the baby, or no, you can't have the baby?
Hell no. I'll answer the question for you. Not only can
It,
you
it,
have
that's, a, that, that's a yes or no question, but I kind of want to know where you're going with this because I'm gonna blow that out. So go ahead.
No, no, sir, you can't, and I don't want to make this long and drawn out. We have no control of our women.
Whose fault
We
is that?
we don't.
Whose fault is that?
Whose fault is it? Well,
Whose fault is
I'm gonna say
that?
something. Hold on. A couple of weeks ago, I said something, and the girl thought I was saying slap women. So I want to make it clear that I'm not saying slap women. Uh, but we don't have control over their bodies and what they do, boss.
Listen, let me tell you something, man. You need to quit watching sports and go pick up some books, watch some documentaries. Hell, you can get on YouTube. Learn some history, man. Okay? Because what you're saying is gibberish. That's the thing that really kind of irks me about people when they get on, they don't have any receipts. They just say how they feel. Man, come with the real, man. If you don't know what's going on, it's best you keep your mouth shut. See, my mama used to say, when you keep your mouth shut, at least you still look intelligent. Okay? So if you want to talk about history and the ramifications of where we are, if you want to talk about that, you don't know about population control. You don't know how the destruction of the American black family came about and all that.
well, yeah, and the
You don't. Do
craziest
you know about
thing.
the agenda today? Do you
So
know about the agenda today? Do you know about the
so
agenda today for
so
population
once
control?
again, once again, I'll give you just a little bit. Okay, I was
Come with it.
in prison with a lot of brothers like you for a lot of years.
No, you were
I
not
don't
in prison
watch
with a
TV.
brother like
Hold,
me. You weren't in prison with a
hold
brother
on.
like me because I've never been to prison. So
I,
you've never been in prison with
I
a
didn't
brother
say
like
you,
me.
sir.
You
I
said
didn't say you,
like
boss.
me. Ain't no brother like me in prison, boss. Okay?
Okay.
You can't compare
So
me to
check it
somebody,
out.
a brother that's in prison or that's been to prison.
Let
I ain't never been there.
brother, can
It
we
should
bring
tell
it
you we have
down?
different mindsets. That
hey,
should tell you we have different mindsets.
can we all just get along, please?
Right.
Please get
Can we
along.
bring it down?
Okay, Mrs. King. Okay, Mrs. King.
But I mean, we can disagree,
You
but
can
the
have a
whole
civil
thing,
conversation.
yeah, the whole thing, but with the premise, like the whole thing about the women having control is 100% true. And black people, we should be, when it comes to abortion, we should be the ones that are on the forefront. Like, hey, that's us. Like, abortion was not designed to kill the white woman or Mexican woman. It was designed to kill the black man. And so when I see women up there, black women especially, we deserve, like, just think about 1 second. First of all, the abortion thing was a huge distraction. Very because you think about this now. Like, I was listening to, don't shoot the messenger. I was listening to Donald Trump on CNN, which was you guys, if you have not seen that town hall, it's on YouTube now. I'm surprised they haven't taken it all down. You got to watch it. And they asked him about abortion, and I was like, you know what? He actually gave a really good answer. When it comes to rape and incest and danger to the mother, of course, right? Because you don't want to put the baby over the mother's life, especially if she has kids and people she's taking care of. Why would you sacrifice something that's going to kill everybody? I get it. But like, if you just want to have sex and be like, have abortion as a way out, I don't know. I think we could do it differently. And as you get older and wiser, these things make more sense. But it's the black man that is being exterminated by abortion. That is targeted directly toward us. So that's something we need to keep in mind. And so, and especially, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to get into abortion all deep, but I'm just saying, why don't we back off some of those silly issues? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to abort your child, like, that's, first of all, that's a wild subject. Like, I don't know. I think it's a distraction. I can't even really talk about abortion, but I know for a fact it was designed to get rid of us. And the
Yes,
fact that
you're absolutely right.
is insanity. So black people, we have politics to fight over. We can't agree on politics. We're not supposed to, but we fighting and shooting each other. We talking crazy to each other. We can't agree on religion. Some people, we got some of us Muslims, some of us Christians, some of us ain't shit. But we fighting each other. And the list goes, and then Lord forbid you a black man that date a white woman. Then you got to fight the race. Or if you're a black woman that dates a white. I mean, we have so many things we fight. But you know, black people, what we are not doing is we never get to the money. We never get to the money. And this shit is, I'm like, it's like I saw the whole thing with Joe Biden at Howard. I haven't watched it. I couldn't watch it. I tried watching that shit for 30 seconds. I was like, oh shit.
What was that?
He spoke at Howard at the commencement, at the graduation. I haven't even seen it. Somebody sent it to me like, this is woke at its finest.
Did you see the brother stand up with his
the hat on,
with his graduation cap that said Biden and Harris don't care about black people?
Yeah.
He stood up right in front of him.
Actually, I'm glad that black people are starting to wake up to the liberal shit. Because that like, and you don't have to agree. We don't have to agree on politics. I just tend to be more conservative. I believe that you should wake up before the sun and you should go to bed after the sun has been down for a long time. And I believe if you work hard and you work and work, sooner or later it will go your way. To see black people champion, oh my God, we want to get benefits. Yeah, we need benefits too. But if you can work, get your ass up and work. Don't waste political dollars. Like, those aren't black issues. Black people, we get up, we can work hard. We bring a lot to the table.
Let me address this. Asha, how you doing today? We say they are often each other when they become teens anyway. It just don't bring them here at all. And I saw your other comment that basically said to abort black men. I'm gonna put this on you. To abort black men. You say local news full of degenerates terrorizing the community. Now, you know, I wholeheartedly disagree with that at all. I don't think we should be advocating to abort any of our people because...
Yeah, that's some dumb shit. Abort black men, won't be no black women. Y'all black women, you have to remember, like, y'all come from us. You know what I'm saying? Like, the mama met the daddy, and it's funny. People almost forget. That's what I don't like about this woke shit. People almost forget that it takes a man and a woman to create a human being. If you want to be Dylan Mulvaney and you want to be gender number 8, 9, 12, ain't going in 20 years. Think about this. In 30, 40 years, the human race is going to be down to 10%, which is exactly what the powers that be want. And then they just show up and kill all the transgenders, and we'll be back to our normal race with 10% of the planet, and the earth will be healed. Like, if I'm George Soros, that's what I'm doing. Pushing.
Well, you know, we can't really advocate for that on here like that.
I'm just saying, but I'm saying if I'm George Soros, I'm telling you how they think. There's so many distractions. It's like, man and a woman, forget what you think about man and you need a man and a woman to create the human race. And the
Walter.
fact that black people are buying this into this abortion shit and this transgender shit, we are the one most affected. And every time I see Gabrielle Union in a commercial, I want to throw up. Like, Jesus Christ, like, really? You sit next to a black man that you had kids with, and you talking about like ending the family tree? Come on now, miss me with that. And black women, stop buying into that shit because it's hurting you guys the most. Because when you get rid of black women, black men, you lose the protection, and then you out there on your own.
We
I yield.
we we can't get to the money. We can't get to the money because we don't use the power we have. And Walter, you know, I said what the goal was. I didn't talk about all the strategy and the tactics that would be used to accomplish that goal. You hit on a lot of the things, and these things are interconnected. That's the way the strategy works. The strategy is put together by the same people, but you'll never see those people. You'll see the people like George Soros and stuff like that. You'll see them, but you won't see the people that the strategy was put together by who want to achieve this goal. And it's funny because, like I said, if you're red, then you will know that the person behind Planned Parenthood is the sister in law behind a group that was started to control the population, but you were able to see them on Front Street, and the prodigy of that union is continuing the same thing on the continent where most melanated people are. I'm talking about Bill Gates, his aunt Margaret Sanger, and his father William Gates Sr., who was a founding member of the Rockefeller Foundation. So that, and that's only just a piece of the puzzle because there's more than that. And what Walter, like you said, this whole thing, this whole strategy, stretched out strategy, was for them to make money and for them to keep us apart. If they kept us apart, we couldn't procreate. They learned something about Egypt. If they allowed us to stay together, even though how much pressure they put on us, all we would do is multiply more and more and more. So they had to have a strategy to separate the sexes. I don't believe in gender. Gender is a social construct as well as race. To accomplish the plan, it's part of the strategy. The thing is, once they get us to a point, it's on autopilot, which is pretty much where we are right now. Everybody's fighting everybody for everything that none of us created, that we can't even see that was created to destroy us, which is what it's doing to us just now. Abortion's not a good thing. It's not a good thing, and especially for the reasons why it was created. Neither is allowing women to get on the welfare system and accept those terms and conditions.
Absolutely. So, y'all, we can be here forever, but we want. So, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Love and appreciate everybody. Thank you all for coming on to the panel and giving us your very thought provoking views and very insightful. We always learn from each other. And so, Sunday, yeah, we'll be back here Sunday. I will be in California next week as my one of my younger nieces is graduating high school. Walter's youngest baby. He's almost a free man, but not really.
Ah, free my ass. The bills go up as I get older.
She's got a full ride scholarship to UCLA, among other colleges. Very smart girl. So I'm going to support her in her graduation. So I'm not sure if we'll be here on Wealth Wednesday, but I will definitely be back next Sunday and all that. But this Sunday I'll be here, so we won't get too ahead. But anyway, we love and appreciate every last one of y'all. Please make sure that you like the video, subscribe, and all that. And most definitely, we have ways to donate to the channel if you see.
Yeah, go to the bottom and donate. Like, we need money. We need to keep this show going. I don't want to sound like the black preacher, but put some money into the bucket so we can keep this going. And my sister can afford to keep her hair done. Actually, she probably do her own hair. I need to get my hair cut. How about that?
I'll come down there with I bring my good tweezers when I come, and I plucked a couple of little bit hairs you got up there.
I wanted to be presentable.
So anyway, thank y'all, and thank y'all. Y'all made it a good show. We love and appreciate y'all. Till next time, peace.